Nick Rightish right now and talk some betting. Fox Bet Sportsbook has all the latest odds, including who will finally win the NFC East. Current leader Washington, the favorite to take it home at -125. By the way, Washington 10-5 when Alex Smith is under center. But Alex Smith is still questionable for Sunday with that calf, so it opens everything up. Cowboys next at +220 and the Giants at +350. In other words, it's still up for grabs. Brandon, which NFC East team could do the most damage come playoff time?
Oh, that's easy. That's Washington. And what did you say, Jenna? The last 15 games, Alex been leading the Washington football team. They're 10-5. Is it 10-5?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think in that same span, they won like 6 games, lost 26 or something like that. Yeah, that's an easy answer. When you have a veteran quarterback who's not only just a veteran, but also can play and understands the game, it makes everybody's job easier on defense, special team, offensive line, wide receivers. So Alex Smith has to do everything in his power, Nick, to get out there to lead his team to victory. They control their own destiny. And the reason why this team is scary is because of Alex Smith, if he's under center, and that defense. Come on, man. I don't see too many offenses that can go out there and do whatever they want against Washington. This is an elite defense led by that front seven, Nick.
So listen, I agree 1,000%. I think I said after Thanksgiving that if we get Tampa-Washington in the 4-5 matchup, Washington will win that game. And it looks like we're going to get Tampa-Washington in the 4-5 matchup, and I'm going to stick with that months-long prediction, despite the fact that I have a brutal case of PASD. And that's post-Alex Smith disorder because he played quarterback for my team, and I watched him in the playoffs.
Ooh.
And you're going to say, Nick, Alex has 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in his playoff career. And I'm going to say that's true. What's also true is, in his most recent playoff appearances, what has happened is his team built a 28-point lead on the Colts, only to lose it. The Chiefs played a game against the Steelers, where Alex Smith was the quarterback, where the Chiefs scored 2 touchdowns, the Steelers scored 0, and the Chiefs lost. And then, in his most recent playoff experience, there was a 21-3 lead at halftime against Marcus Mariota. And the Chiefs lost that football game 22-21.
Oof.
And so Alex has had a tortured playoff history. What I wonder, Wilds, is if it was almost, I don't know what the word would be, but cleansing, maybe that's the wrong word. But if the fact that he almost lost his career makes any of the playoffs ghost of Christmas past go away. If at this point everything feels like found money,
clean slate.
If he feels like, you know what?
Clean slate.
A clean slate. Thank you, Brandon. That's the exact word I was looking for. Thank you. Because it's never been that he personally has melted down in the postseason. It's just been he's been part of teams, most notably the Chiefs, that melted down while he was the quarterback. But I wonder if, because he thought his career was gone, this opportunity, if those things go away entirely. Because I do think Washington's front seven is good enough to really strike fear in any opposition, including the Bucs, Wilds.
So good.
Okay, here's the thing about the Bucs. There's one team there that has already struck fear into the Bucs. And you know who they are, Brandon. Joe Judge's Giants. That game, they just barely lost. It came down to the last play. And you're like, yeah, well, the score was close, but was the game close? The game was crazy close. So for me, Brandon, it reminds me of like when you win a basketball game that you really shouldn't have won, and the other guys are like, hey, run it back, run it back. And you're like, oh, no, if we run this back, we're definitely going to lose. That's what's going to happen with Joe Judge and Daniel Jones. Now, Joe Judge had a weird thing. Daniel Jones' hamstring was hurt. He's like, yeah, I'm going to play from the pocket a little more. And Joe Judge was like, oh, he shouldn't have told anybody that. He gave him a little bit too much info. Joe Judge, everybody knows the guy's got a hamstring injury. He's not going to run. You played him, you got a hamstring injury. He's not giving any state secrets away here.
Yeah.
But Nick, one last thing for you. When we talk about, I thought you are, take integrity, Jenna, as you know, is the foundation on which this whole show is built upon. The whole Fox Sports enterprise, to be honest with you, with Nick.
The whole world.
That's right.
Dallas still's got a chance here, buddy. Your preseason pick still has a chance.
Buddy.
And the fact that you're letting them go, Like, I feel like
So
you should
here's
hang
the
out
thing.
with Dallas. I feel like we're crumbling the foundation of our whole show.
Remind everyone, Nick.
Here's
Remind
the
everyone
thing.
who you had
What
going
you
with.
said. You said this whole show, this whole network is built upon take integrity. I could argue our entire society is built upon the nuclear family. Yet, you are allowed to put children up for adoption. And that's what I did with the Cowboys. I had them. They were a wonderful child. And I said, you know what? You're gone. You're not working with the unit.
Am I supposed to be laughing at that, Jenna?
And I don't know. I'm not sure. I just went with it. Here's
It feels
why.
awkward.
And let me say something about the Cowboys. The Cowboys who have scored, they're averaging in their last 3 games around 35 points per game. And the Cowboys who are favored to beat the Giants, and I believe will beat the Giants. The reason that I can so easily just dispatch of my preseason Super Bowl pick is, if the Cowboys win this division and they play the Bucs, Tom Brady will have his best playoff game since the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Right? And I know they lost that game. He threw for 1,000 yards. What Brady would be able to do against this Cowboys defense in round 1 it would look like how he looked against the Lions or in the comeback against the Panthers or the Falcons, whichever game they had the massive comeback.
Rush.
There's no pass rush. The secondary's no good. So I just don't think the Cowboys are any threat whatsoever, Jenna, to the Bucs in round 1, and that's who they'll be facing.
Look, a lot riding on this weekend in the NFL, especially in the NFC East. All right, still to come, who to watch, who to root for, what we will be looking to see, maybe more stiff arms from King Henry. It's all next. It's First Things First. Nick.
Cowboys takes at the...
Hey, Cam, Happy New Year, and how are you today?
Feeling so 2021.
That's a good thing, I guess, right?
Hey, it can't be any worse than 2020, you boy. You did.
First Things First is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Another thing Cam Newton and I have in common. We both can't wait to whisk out the old and bring in the new. Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to First Things First. Jenna Wolf, Nick Wright, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Wiles. Everyone else party on their couch like I did last night till the wee hours of 8 p.m. and then fall asleep? Probably not. Anyone? Nope. Yep.
Jenna,
Okay.
you didn't stay up to watch the ball drop? You really didn't stay up?
I
Didn't
tried.
stay up?
I tried. When I looked
they
at my
drop the
watch,
ball?
and
They
in my
dropped the ball
idea,
last night?
It was
Yeah. None of
They
y'all
dropped the
stayed
ball
up.
last
Y'all are whack. I know that's not a way to start
Say it,
the
Nick.
new
You
year.
almost said
I mean, come
You
on. I mean, give
almost
me a
said
come on. Stay up. Stay up.
No, we had to get a good night's sleep so we could wake up, ring in the new year, and talk some Cleveland Browns. On this first story of the first day of the new year, we will start in Cleveland. Look, Nick, I've been hard on the Browns, admittedly, but they can make me a believer this weekend. A win over the Pittsburgh Steelers team, who are resting most of their key starters, and they are in the playoffs for the first time in about 1,000 years. A lot of pressure on Baker Mayfield. Look, he's great under commercial pressure. Can he be great under must-win pressure? Take a listen.
Everybody knows it's win or go home. So